Hello everybody, welcome to Reformer Mobilise and Stretch. Let's come and join us at the Reformer. I'm Sarah Jane taking this session today. So what you need is you're going to use your arc in this session. So the first thing that I want you to do is take off your box and place your box just at the side of your machine. If there's anybody else around you, just be mindful about what side of the machine you're placing your bits and bobs, that it is away from anybody else around you, just so you are socially distancing. Put all of your springs on, so every single spring, because this will keep your reformer still, or as still as we can. And then you'll notice at the end of your reformer that you will have an arc and you will have a dowel, and you're going to need both of these today. So take your dowel out and just place your dowel to the side of your machine so that you've got it within arm's reach. Now you'll notice that your arc, now you might never have used an arc before, is hollow inside. Now before you put your arc on, a couple of things that you must do. Take your straps off and just throw them into the well. Now before you've used the machine, you should have put on your PPE for your reformer for your straps. So make sure that you have done that if you haven't already, or just make sure that you do it. The other thing before you put the arc on is to make sure that your headrest is completely flat. That cannot be up. Then you take, there's little hand holes, I suppose they're called, and you put the arc right over the shoulder rest, and it will sit on quite nicely there. And that's where I would like you to be. Now we're going to start lying down, and we're going to, so you can just get yourself comfortable on this, and I say comfortable loosely because for some of you this won't be comfortable. Now if you've got quite bad forward head posture, you may find that your head is dangling up here. So it's really important that you maybe slide yourself down a little bit, like so, and so that your head is supported. But you don't want to just be lying here, just comfortably lying here and doing nothing. So you want to be over your arc enough that you're actually feeling that you're getting an extension through your spine. This is absolutely excellent for forward head posture, that kyphotic rounded back type positions as well. Your legs, really, you can do what you like with them. If you want to have them here, you can. If you've got longer legs, you'll probably find that that is where you want to be. I'm not exactly tall, so I'm quite happy with them here. The next thing we want to do is take your arms up, have the palms of your hands facing each other for this. And we're going to just start with some shoulder protraction and retraction. And this is really good for getting proper scapular motion around the rib cage. So extend through your middle finger in each hand, and I want you to reach your fingertips up to the ceiling. Feel how your shoulder blades glide around your ribs and they come round. And then using your shoulder blades, keeping the arms straight, draw your shoulder blades back towards the midline. So you're coming back towards your spine behind you. And then again, reach up. So the shoulder blades glide forwards, and then draw back, the shoulder blades come together. And then again, reach up, and then draw back. And again, reach up, and then draw back. Now that we have the shoulder blades back and we've got a wee bit more scapular control, bring the palms of your hands to face away from you and take it through into a toy soldier. So you're just taking one arm back and one arm forward. So really working on that mobility of the spine, of the arms, mobility of the arms. And then take both arms back together. Bring that forwards. You're exhaling as you go back. Inhaling as you come forwards, exhaling as you go back. Inhale as you come forwards, exhale back. And then from there, bring the palms of your hands to face each other, and then take your arms wide, and then close. So you're exhaling here. I'm right next to the wall here, so I'm just got a wee bend of my arm. But if you can, keep your arms straight. And just really feel that stretch around the front of your chest, around the pectorals. And then one more. And well done. Now let's pick up your dowel. Now hold your dowel quite wide, so really wide. You can see how I've got my hands right at the end of the dowel. Now almost imagine you're pulling the fibres of the dowel apart as you do this. You're not just holding your dowel, you are pulling the fibres apart. Shoulders are back and down, and then you take the arms overhead and then bring them back. Now some of you might find that you're getting stuck, so only go to where you feel you can. But if you're finding that you're just getting to this point and you just can't go any further, everybody's kind of shoulder anatomy can alter. We're not all made exactly the same. And you may have some impingement, you may be getting some nerve pain, just generally in life. So just take it to where you can cope. Some people might only manage to this sort of a range, and that isn't unusual. It's not what you want, but it isn't unusual. Okay, so just keep pulling the fibres apart. And then if you can, if you found that quite easy, bring your hands a wee bit closer together and try it from there. Still pulling the fibres of the dowel apart. And as you start to do this, taking the arms closer, what happens is you'll notice that it gets a little bit more difficult. You might find that you're really hunching your shoulders up towards your ears. So just be mindful about that and just try and keep the shoulders just away from the ears as much as you can. You're not overly stressing that, right? You're not like really activating as such, but you're just aware that you're not hunching, if that makes sense. And then close the arms again if you can, just see how you cope with that. And you'll just notice how it just starts to get a little bit more difficult as you go through that. A couple more. Just building that mobility. If you want to go closer, you can. Just know that the closer you go, the more difficult you make that on yourself. But remember, more difficult does not always mean better. Okay, don't think, oh, that's great, I'm doing more advanced, that's better. Right, pop your dowel down just to the sides, make sure you're not hitting anybody with it. And then what I'd like you to do is sit yourself up and actually just push yourself so that your lower back is sinking into the arc. And then place your feet onto the bar if you can. And then I want you to just feel your lower back supported by the arc. And I want you to just scoop and draw your belly button in, shoulders back and down. Now inhale, and as you exhale, articulate your spine over the arc as much as you can. Now, if you need to support your head, you can do. Some of you might find that really difficult. You're aiming to try and get the head to touch the arc. Then tuck the chin, inhale. And as you exhale, scoop the belly in and come back up. Do that again. Inhale. Exhale, articulate the spine down, one vertebrae at a time. Now, if you're a wee bit more advanced, the arms coming back here is an option. Just see how your back feels with that. If you're feeling any spasms happening in your back, then just don't go as far. Bring your arms forwards, tuck the chin in before you rise. Inhale, exhale, and rise. Inhale, exhale, articulate down. Articulate the spine, allow that to extend back, bring the arms forwards, tuck the chin, do one more, and just mobilizing, getting that movement. And a lot of times we lose a lot of the mobility around the upper body, around the shoulders, because of what's happening around the mid-thoracic, the mid-back. So what we're going to do here is we're going to stand up. Now, if there's a few of you in this session, then stand away from each other. Make sure that you've all got enough space around you, that you're not going to hit each other, you're all keeping apart, you're distanced. So organise yourself so that you're not going to hit each other and you've got enough space around you. So what you're going to do, you're going to hold your dowel wide, right to the end of it. And I want you to just take your arms up and just assess how that feels. As you go up there with that, how are you coping with that? Now, what I want you to be aware of, what some of us do, with some people, what they do is they've lost the mobility of the shoulders and you don't know you have. And what you end up doing is you start loading up your lower back to facilitate for a limited range of motion at the shoulder area. So be aware that you're not pushing your pelvis forwards as you do this movement. Now, can you take it all the way back? Okay, what happens as you try and do that? Some of you might be like doing all this stuff to try and get over. So Only do what you can do. But know that this is a normal motion. Now, what I'd like you to do, take your dowel behind you and hold it like that. You see how my palms are facing forwards? I'll show you behind. And I've got my elbows resting on the dowel. My legs are hip width apart. And what I want you to do here is keep your hips facing forwards. Take an inhale breath. Then as you exhale, rotate. Keeping your hips forwards, rotate round to the side. Now just keep it gentle just now. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, round you go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And again. And then from here, stay central. Hold on to your dowel. Take an inhale breath. And then you're going to side bend. So this side goes up, this side goes down. Inhale, return. Exhale, side bend. Ooh, that's quite tight for me. How does it feel for you? Think to yourself, as I do this, what do I feel? Inhale, where do I feel it? Is it my hip? Is it my waist? Is it my back? Is it my leg? Is it my bum? Okay. Taking it down. So you're exhaling as you bend. Oh. And then bring that back up. Okay, use your core as you return. And just let that dowel come away. Now, I want you to just keep your dowel handy because you will come back to that in a moment. We're going to take the arc off now. So just remove your arc. Place it some back. I would just always get into the habit of putting it back to the foot of your machine. Now, if you're a wee bit taller, you might find the foot of your machine is in the road. So just have it a wee bit away from your machine if you need to, if you're that wee bit taller. We're going to lie down. We're going to do some footwork. We're going to get some heat in our body, do some footwork. We're going to our 100. We're going to legs and straps from here. So lie down. Whatever you need to do in terms of headrest, put it up or down. Up to you. And I want you to just position yourself, hands at the side of your body. You're going to lift the legs up. You've still got all your springs on. You're not adjusting your springs. You're inhale, exhale. Let's go. Inhale, exhale. And really zipping up, drawing your belly button in, drawing your pelvic floor up, squeezing the bum. Inner thighs are engaged. Then come onto the arches of your feet. Inhale, exhale, push. Keep that weight evenly distributed through the distribution of your foot. Make sure you're not rolling in, you're not rolling out. Your toes are towards your shins. You're extending through the legs. Give me one more. And then come onto the heels, toes towards shins. Inhale, exhale, push away, control in. Push away, control in. And again. Now, bring it in, go onto your toes, extend your legs out straight, tendon stretch. Let both heels go down, both heels go up. Both down, both up. Exhale under, inhale rise. Belly button drawn in, pelvic floor drawn up. Shoulders back and down. Now pedal your feet, one, then the other. Now, if you find that you're particularly tight through one of your ankles as you do this, what you could do is just almost just stay in one side a little bit longer. If you see what I'm doing there, I'm just bouncing in that. So you could just choose yourself. If you don't want to do that, just stay with alternating legs, but just decide what feels right for you. So this is me alternating. If you want to stay with that, you can. You'll feel your calves really working. Try and get the big toe working on this as well. And if you're finding, oh, that's a bit tight on that side, I feel a wee bit more restricted, spend more time there, okay? This is quite an important element to work on for your whole biomechanics of your body. This isn't working down here. It will have an effect all the way up your kinetic chain. So don't just poo-poo past it. Okay, bend your knees, bring that in. We're coming into, we're going to do a little shoulder bridge while we're here. So if you feel comfortable, like me, I like to hold on to the ends of my mat. Not everybody does, so you don't need to, but if you want to shuffle yourself down and hold on to the end of your mat, you can do. Start with some pelvic tilts, just mobilizing through the spine. And then you're inhaling, and as you exhale, you start to peel the spine up off one vertebrae at a time, squeezing through your buttocks. Inhale, and as you exhale, you then articulate that back down. You're trying to keep the carriage as still as you can. Inhale, exhale, and then lifting. And just easing that down. Just see how your spine feels there. Okay, what kind of day are you having today? What's your body needing today? Okay, this is great. This is, honestly, see, like this bridge, it's so understated. So vital for glute control, hip stability, and lower back. Basically strengthening the erector spinae, those kind of spinal muscles. Absolutely perfect. And also that mobility, mobilizing through the spine, that articulation through the vertebrae. It really is excellent movement. Right, set yourself up. We're going to change your springs. You're going to go into your 100. So in terms of springs, you need one red, one yellow. Doesn't matter which yellow you put on, you decide. Make sure your straps are tidy and they're over. Now, when you've got your PPE on, what you'll find is that your straps are much thicker. Clearly, you've got another big material on them. So you'll find they'll more than likely be jumping off a lot easier than they used to. So just bear that in mind and just always make sure that they're back on when you're going to do something. Make sure you don't have any crosses over your straps, meaning that you've not accidentally crossed over. Easily done, rather annoying when you don't realise you've done it. So lie down. Let's get your 100 on. So lift up, hands in the small loops, palms facing forwards, draw your belly button in, shoulders back and down, legs lifted, tabletop position. Inhale, exhale, draw down, and you're breathing in. 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing out. Now you can have your head up if you want. You don't need to if you've got neck and shoulder issues. You can have your legs straight out. I'm just going to do one leg to demonstrate, but you could have both. You could have your legs like mine here, but the main focus is that you're pulsing, you're drawing your belly button in, you're drawing your pelvic floor up, and you're going for this. You're really building that heat in your body. Keep going. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release that off. Pop your feet down on the bar. Let's go into legs and straps. So extend, pop your foot in, and the other one. So let's just circle round. So the theme of this session is mobilise and stretch. So we're going to start with just warming up through the hips. So just get your hips moving. Keep your tailbone down. Make sure that your tailbone isn't coming off. Also, for those of you that know that you've got kind of more kind of hyperextension through your knees, be mindful of that as you're in this position, that you're not really snapping your knees out. So have a softness about your knees. Almost think about drawing your knees up into the quadricep, into your quads. Go the opposite direction. So really just get yourself moving here. Assess how you're feeling today. What's your body needing? Go into your frogs, heels together. Push that out. Inhale as you bring that in. Exhale as you go out. Just see, what are you finding? Are you managing to keep the heels together? Really drawing up. Knees bend, push out. Knees bend, push out. Excellent work. Let's go into hamstring release. Straight down, straight up with the legs, squeezing the inner thighs together. Just again, see how you feel there. That's it. Just keep yourself moving. If you need to take a break at any time, just take it. If we can all now just bend our knees and just rock. So let the straps, let the ropes actually go to the inner thighs. And then just let the passive pull of the ropes just mobilize through your lower back. And you're just rocking your pelvis forwards and backwards. That's it. So just like this, and just assess how your lower back feels. Now you can take this over to one side. So almost just lean your knees over. Then go over to the other side. See the difference. How does it feel that side to that side? Back to your central point. I've got to be careful with this one with my hips. My hips are just waiting on my new hip, guys. God damn. Let's do a little short spine. So, get yourself ready. So we take our legs down first. That's your inhale breath. Exhale, you're going to let this come up. You're going to rise up. Inhale up there. And you can use your hands. I quite like holding my hand up here. Bend your knees. Close your springs. Inhale. And as you exhale, articulate that spine down. Inhale out. Exhale up. Now, if you don't feel comfortable doing this, just stay in your leg circles. So just go back to the exercises we just were doing there. So you're closing your springs and then articulating back down. Do that again. So inhale, exhale up, bend. Right, we'll move on from there. Take off your right strap. Put the big loop over the hook and really push it down so it's not going to jump off. Because I'd ideally like you not have to get up if you don't need to. So left leg stays straight, right big toe, and all your little toes are on the bar. Both legs straight just now, hips are level. Bend your right knee and facilitate a stretch on the left hamstring. So really just keeping your tailbone down, so you're not letting your bum come off the mat as you do this. Now, some of us get a little bit of hamstring lower back pain and also up into your back from the back of your legs. And some of you, this iliotibial band can be contributing to this kind of lower back pain as well. So we're going to do a little bit of IT band release here too. So keep both legs straight. Then take your left leg over towards the right side. So you're basically crossing your left leg over the top of your right leg. Okay, then what I'm going to get you to do, ideally we don't want to be touching the ropes if we can help it. So take hold of your leg on the upper thigh and just help pull it that direction over to your right leg. Just a little gentle pull. And then bend your right knee. See what I'm doing there? And just allow that to go further if you can. And just see how that feels. If you feel more comfortable holding down here, you can. And your left hip is absolutely allowed to lift off. So you can just let that come off. It's not a problem. Feel good? And then just allow that strap to come off. Pop that strap over the hook and pick up your right strap. Extend the left leg, put your right foot into the strap, and then do the same for the right leg. So you're basically just going to bend and extend through that left leg. Getting that stretch down through the hamstring on the right side. And you're exhaling into the stretch. So this is your exhale. This is your inhale. Now keep that leg straight. So left leg is straight. Take the right leg over. Take your left hand and just to the outer left thigh and just help pull it that way over to your left. Just see how you feel there. And then if you wish to take that further, bend the left knee. You may then want to transfer the arm further up the leg if you wish. And just again, you're still coaxing it over to the side, over to the left side. And just feel that. You may feel that I'm feeling that today in my SI joint, right down my back. You might feel an IT band. All is fine. All is good. Take leg out strap. Put it back over the hook. Bring your carriage into the stopper and set yourself up. Right, good. Right, just gather your breath a little bit. We're going to put a short box on. So get a drink if you need it. If you're feeling like you need a drink, go for it. And what we're going to do, all springs and short box on. Now, depending on your height, will depend on how you put your box on. So, for example, if you're taller, you'll need to put your box over the top of the shoulder rest. If you're smaller, then your box will go in front of the shoulder rest like that. All of your springs go on for this, and you are going to use your dowel for this as well. So basically sitting on your box with your dowel, take your foot strap and put your feet into the foot strap. Now, if I just move my pole out the road, when you do this, make sure when you have your feet in the foot strap that you're checking that the foot strap is safe, secure, nobody's unbuckled it for any reason. So always double check those things. And then when your feet in the foot strap as well, almost always your feet will be in what's called a dorsiflex position, which basically means your toes are up to your shins. So if I show you on my foot, my toes are up the way towards my shin, not pointing. And the reason being is you don't want your feet to slide out. So just make sure that's really important. A little bit of space behind you, at least a hand width. Hold on to your dowel. And what we're going to do is we're going to just start with some rotation. So you're going to breathe in, breathe out and rotate. Breathe in, breathe out and rotate. Breathe in as you return, exhale as you rotate. And just keep moving through that at your own pace, based on what you need. So you're inhaling as you come back to your central point, and then you're exhaling as you rotate. Do a couple more. So this is leading on from the work that we did from standing. Now, what I'd like to do, like we did when we were standing, is put your dowel behind you again. You are kind of halfway up your back, and your palms are facing forwards. Now, this really just helps you sit tall, sit right in your sit bones, and your arms, you can see where I've just got my hands just at the front of the dowel there, or sorry, behind it, pushing it forwards. So we breathe in, and then as we exhale, we rotate, and you'll notice that completely changes how that feels, because you can't cheat. Make sure both your butt cheeks stay very down into the box. Inhale, exhale, and to the other side. Inhale, exhale, turn. And again, inhale, return, exhale, turn. Turning as you exhale. Inhale as you come to central point. Exhale, turn. Inhale, center. Exhale, turn. Inhale, center. And exhale, turn. Right, we're going to change this. We're going to do some lateral flexion of the spine. It's another really important movement of the spine. So this time, just hold on to your dowel. See what I'm doing? I'm actually just grasping at the ends of it. Now, it's really important you keep both butt cheeks really planted down onto the box here. The side that so we're going to bend to the left side first. Your right butt cheek is going to want to lift off. Don't let it. Breathe in, breathe out, and just bend to the side, really keeping that right butt cheek. Let's all do the same way and try and get your dowel to touch the box. Oh, did we get to the box? Inhale, use your core, bring that back up. Then exhale, bend to the right side and really keep your left buttock down on the box. And then breathe in and then breathe out. And then breathe in. And then breathe out, taking it over. Breathing in, bringing it back. It's just such a lovely movement. If anybody's got any kind of sort of scoliosis, so that kind of bend of the spine, or we just feel that we're a bit lopsided, you'll actually see what side I can feel. My left side is so tight, and that is all coming from my hip. So if you've got any injuries that you are managing, it has an effect in lots of areas, not just where that injury is. Okay, how does that feel? Feel good? Stick your dowel into like that. Okay, so it's nice, safe and tidy. And we'll remember and clean that down before we leave, okay? So that will be sprayed down before we leave. We're going to get into some back bends. So hands out in front of you. You're going to inhale before you move. Now, if you don't feel comfortable back bending, please don't do it. You're just going to go down as far as you can and you'll just come back up. You'll not go into the full back bend. Some days I don't feel like doing a back bend either. You've got to just listen to your body. So if you don't feel it, don't do it. It's fine. Inhale. And as you exhale, tuck the tailbone under and slowly start to roll yourself back. And I'm just going to stay there today. Inhale, and then as you exhale, bring yourself back up. Quite a good core workout. Inhale, and as you exhale, and if you want to go straight into the back bend, on you go. But if you don't, you can stay here with me. Inhale, exhale, and bringing that up. So just work through that. You're inhaling before you move, exhale as you move. So just find what works for you. This is where I'm going to stay today. So just play with your back bends if you're doing them. And remember, if you want to work in back bends and you're not sure how to do them, just wait until you're in a class with us. We can help you. Or if you're getting any one-to-one sessions, if you're on the self-care membership, which is great, then that's maybe something we can help you with when you're getting your one-to-ones monthly. So it's a good time to use that one-to-one session to really help you advance and get your head around some of the movements you're maybe stuck at. And then release that off. Let's go into tree pose. So if we take our right foot out of the strap, hug yourself in, sit up tall, kick your right leg 3 times. Now that left foot is in the strap. 3 times you kick, then walk up, head to shin, then lean back. Now it's really important that left foot's in that strap. I know I'm patronising you, telling you, but the number of people I've seen falling backwards because they forget to put their feet in straps, so don't be that person. Roll yourself down. Now you can stay here if you don't want to go any further, but if you want to get into your back bend, now is your time. Ah, it's so good. How good does that feel? According to Vogue, we're in anti-aging position. Full disclaimer, I have no research to back that up, but we like it anyway. Tuck the chin in, walk the hands up, change it over. Okay? I'm going to kick that leg. 3, 2, 1. Take it back. Make sure that right foot is in the strap. Now, you might notice that you might veer away off to the side. And if that's the case, see the leg that's lifted? Really plant that buttock down. And then walk your hands down into your back bend. Tuck chin. Walk up. And awesome, 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 awesome work. Does that all feel lovely and juicy? Take your box off now. And again, just put it to the side. Just always be mindful of those around you. And then what I'd like you to do from here is I'd like you to just leave on one yellow spring, just the one yellow. We're going to come through to Mermaid. So we're going to do a twisted Mermaid. So the shin, so if we all just start the same way, so have your right shin against the shoulder rest, have your left shin against the shoulder rest and have your right foot, the right heel into your pubic bone so that your right arm is on the foot bar. So then we're all facing the same way. And then take it up. So you're going to breathe in and breathe out. So you're breathing into the top lung, which is your left lung. Breathing in as you return, or breathing out as you return. Breathing in as you go up and over and breathing out here. So you're breathing in, really lifting that top rib up and bringing it back. So lifting up and extending and lengthening and bringing it back under control. Now take it over, go into your twisted position. And we're going to swan from here. Now really get twisted. So push with your right hand, really push with your right hand. And then with your left hand, almost pull with your, so you're kind of get this pulling sensation here and a pushing sensation here. So push with the left, pull with the right, and then rotate your left side of your body down. And you will feel that down your latissimus dorsi, down the shoulder, down the back. You'll feel it. That whole fascia down that side will be like, oh, hell yeah. Now that we're in this position, rise into your swan. Inhale. Exhale. Really working on that push-pull. So pushing with the right arm, pulling with the left. Feel that openness through the shoulder, down those side body muscles. And then take the left arm over to the shoulder rest and lift the right arm up and counterbalance that stretch. Let's go to the other side. So your right shin's going to go to the shoulder rest. Your left arm is going onto the bar. So you're up and over. So you're inhaling here, exhaling as you return. Inhale. Now that right buttock should be getting pushed down towards the mat. So you're not just letting that right buttock just lift off. So up and over. Now let's stay over here, and this is where we do the push-pull. So let's talk you through that again. So with your left arm now, you're going to be pushing. With your right arm, this one, it's on and you're pulling with that one. So you've got to push with this, push with the left, pull with the right. And then what I want you to do is really rotate your body so you're looking down into the springs and get your head down low. Push your right buttock down into the mat and really feel that. Then when you're ready, you've got it. You can feel that tissue stretching. Rise into your swan. Inhale as you push back. Exhale as you rise up. And again, inhale. Exhale, rise. Inhale. How good does that feel? It's just so juicy. Oh, get the push-pull. Honestly, that is like the cherry on top. Bring your carriage in. Take your right arm to the shoulder rest. Take the left arm up and over. Counterbalance that. Release it off. Well done. Right, let's come into our elephant. So we're going to change to a green spring. So add the green spring, remove the yellow spring. Now be very careful because your machine is now very loose. Look at how easy you can move that. So you're going to be standing on this, so take your time. So you're coming up. Be careful as you get up. Now if you're taller, you could have your heels all the way back here. If you're smaller like me, you'll need to have your feet further forwards. Your sweet spot is your sweet spot depending on your height, the length of your legs. So if you're taller, you'll be further back. If you're smaller, you'll be further forwards. Now your heels need to stay down. Your tailbone is tucked under. Your pelvic floor is pulled up. Your belly button's pulled in. Your head is looking towards your navel. You slide back, keep the heels down, and control and return forwards. And again, push that back, return it in. Push it back, return it in. Push it back, return it in. And again, push and pull. And pull. And pull. And again, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, give me one more, and then relax that down. Come down onto your knees, place your hands on the foot plate, round the spine up, head down into your cat and cow pose. So really just getting that mobility through the spine. Oh, excellent. And then just circling that round, almost imagine you'd run a big circle with your bum. Go the other direction. I always find, anybody else finds it really difficult to do the other direction. Sit back into your child's pose. Sink it down. Really wiggle your way down. And sit back. If you can on your hunkers, that would be great. Find your shoulder rest. Push up. Extend back if you can. Get as high as you can, really opening the hip. And then just ease your buttocks down. Bring yourself back to your start point. Well done. Fantastic Fantastic work. I ask you now to leave your machine as you would like to find it. You will find that you have a cleaning station at the side of your machine, so please spray it all down, leave your machine how you would love to find it. Make sure that you leave a spring on your machine, put your box on top of your machine in a long box position, so always leave your machine like so, in a long box position with your apparatus at the end, and you've thoroughly cleaned it down. And remember, don't forget your PPE kit off your straps, don't forget them. And I'll see you again in next session.